Hello! Welcome to one new episode in Vibing with Fabi. And today you are not only going to vibe with Fabi, but also with a very special guest. For those who doesn't know him, we recorded an episode last year when we were pretty new to this beautiful relationship. And funny enough, it was very well received and it's the most listened episode podcast. We were talking about how we found each other in a dating app. Very controversial, I must say. But yeah, if you would like to listen to that one, that's the first one of many. And we were like, okay, I think people wants to hear more about us, and that's how we decided to come up with the second part. Woo woo! Well, welcome, Dani. How do you feel today?
I feel fantastic.
Oh, I love
feel
that.
great.
I love that. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this with me. It has been a fun journey to be recording this, but we truly hope that you can enjoy. We will be talking about love because that's what we know how to do best.
It's our specialty.
It's our specialty, yes, for sure. And the main objective of this episode, and now also YouTube video. How is that? That is growth right there. So my main objective is to share what has worked with us, and as the love market right now, it's crazy. And the more I hear stories, the more I'm like, whoa, okay.
We dodged bullets.
yeah. Phew. So lucky to be with this amazing guy. And yes, we want to share our perspective in this job market. Oh my God, in this love market. And I hope you enjoy it. So let's just start by saying that when you are in a healthy relationship, when you are in a good relationship, and I really think that's where we are at. We are 5 months in, heading to the 6 months mark. When you are in a healthy relationship, you can quickly identify what love is not. And as I was saying, the more I listen to the stories nowadays, I'm like, that is not love. That is way far than love is. And it's very scary, right?
Yeah.
Very scary. At least in Toronto. But I think it's worldwide. It's not only in Toronto. I think now people is very confused with what love is.
And what they want.
And what they want. Yes, that's a problem. Being emotional unavailable is such a trend right now, and I'm like, how can you not be available emotionally if you're a human? Like, if you're a human, you are already available with emotions. Like, what does that mean? That only means to me, pardon my French, bullshit. That only means that you don't want to commit to a person.
Which is fine. You just have to make that something that's evidently clear. You have to make sure that's known, that you know that, and someone you might be not being able to commit to, aware of.
Yes, exactly. If you only want to have fun, which is pretty common nowadays, just tell the person. Maybe the other person also wants to have fun. But if you don't say it, yeah, that's when people get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That is not nice to see, not nice to experience. So yes, I just want to share, because my relationship with Dani has been so great, and it's a first. I remember when I was with the first idea of this episode and now video, I was telling Dani, I want to share with people that when I was in previous relationships, I never felt this easiness. I never felt this smooth process. There was always something like some kind of noise inside, like, oh, I wish things could be different. I wish this person could be different, etc., etc. And with Dani, I swear God, I go to bed so calm. Each night, I go to bed feeling so loved. I go to bed feeling so sure about what I have with him and what I want for the future. Because yes, we love having fun. We love really cherishing the present, but we also talk a lot about the future because we both know what we want. And I was telling Dani, I feel our love is so easy. I feel our love is very natural. It has never felt forced.
Since day one.
Since day one, yes. I share a little bit about this, or a bit too much about this in the episode that we recorded. But I was saying that I went to our first date almost like this close to give up in the love journey. I was like, no, there are a lot of crazy guys out there. I don't want to keep doing this. And I came to the date a little like hesitant about, not Dani, but like to be in the love market still. But it felt like a great conversation with a friend. I never felt like he was flirting on me, because I don't think there was flirting in the first date, which is great. He was like a very great friend, and we talked for so many hours.
Well, I was nervous on that date, but yeah.
I didn't realize.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. That works out for me then.
Oh. Also, I want to share about that first date. When I was getting ready, usually most people feel nervous. He felt nervous. I didn't. I was more like, it was so easy for me to choose the outfit. It was so easy for me to choose the makeup. It was so easy for me to, show up to him for the first time. And I didn't feel nervous. It was like seeing a friend. And of course that evolved over time, but it started very beautiful, slowly, like friends, and then moving to something more than friends.
Slowly, because I think we're pretty known for having moved pretty fast. Fairly fast in things.
Maybe the first date, because I didn't feel like you were like, hey, how you doing, baby? Like, you were not like that. And I really appreciated that, because otherwise maybe I will be like, bye. Not bye, but maybe I will have feel pushed. And I didn't feel it like that in the first and second date. It was more like a friendly environment, After the second date, we were like...
Well, yeah, the first date, it was like making plans on a Monday for a Friday. And then after the first date, I messaged her the next day. She told me she was expecting a message that night. And I was like, I wanted to, but I was just like, But then I messaged her the next day to make plans for the following week, for the following Friday. And then at the end of that second date, I was like, I need to see you sooner than later. So how soon are you available? I can't wait another week. I need to see you sooner than that.
Yeah, we made it happen, because we have found that for this love to work out, we need to make it work ourselves. We have heard about couples who see each other not very often, and that's okay. Maybe that works for them. But at least for Dani and I, we want to spend more time together. And even that we don't live in the same city, we always make it work. We have found that being organized people pays off really well, at least in our relationship, because we need to be planning all the time, like, okay, when is the next time that we will be together? What are we going to do, etc., etc. And with that planning and organizational skills, soft skills, we end up going out and being together very often, because we love physical touch. We love quality time.
Yeah. Definitely.
And also that's something that we wanted to share here is that we both read the Love Languages book in the first date. I am very straightforward, okay? In the first date, I was like, let's confirm, you want a long-term relationship, right? Like,
yes.
And he was like, yes, for sure. I was like, okay, good. I was like, check my checklist, right? Like, checklist, okay, he wants a relationship, good. Otherwise, I would be like, okay, bye.
I guess you could say I checked all the boxes.
He did. He still does.
Yeah.
So yes, I asked him that, and I also asked him. It was like an interview for the love languages stuff. I was like, "What's your love language number one?" He was like,
I didn't really have an answer because I also wasn't as familiar with the love languages. And then she told me, and I think I just sort of like, based off of what she told me of the 5 love languages, I was like, I think this one is probably the number one, and then this is how it'll work in succession. But, I didn't know for sure.
That's why when we were already boyfriend and girlfriend, or maybe before even, but we were already like getting pretty formal.
When you gave me the book?
Yes, I was like, by the way,
boyfriend, girlfriend.
Here is the love languages book, because it's important. It's great if you want to have a relationship soon, or if you are in a relationship and you don't know about this. I think it will be a great add-on for your relationship, because it's important to get the love as you would like to have it, and to know what your partner values the most. To receive love with, because there are 5 different styles, and I have to say I'm a very lucky girl because Dani gives me the 5 love languages. However, I have a top 2 that I really cherish, and yeah, I mean, of course, the ideal thing will be to receive the 5 love languages in one person, but if you cannot receive the 5 of them, at least 2 or 3 will be nice, right? So yes, I want to say that since day one, this love has felt very easy, and it's like we don't put effort in loving each other. Of course, as we are in a commitment, we need to make things work, we need to communicate and this and that, but it's like our hearts, this will be very cheesy. We are cheesy people.
I'm ready for it. Yeah, I'm ready for it.
It's like our hearts were meant to love each other because it's so easy. For me, it's like breathing. For me, it's like eating, drinking water. I don't put a lot of effort in trying to figure out Dani. It's like I know what he's thinking. He sometimes, when I'm talking, he's like, and I'm like, I was going to say that. It's like he can read my thoughts. It has been so great. But what I want to go with this is that it's very natural to love each other, and it should be like that. If you feel like loving someone is hard, maybe it's not your person. Maybe it's not your person, and if that person makes you think that loving you it's hard, then you are not his or her person, because loving the other should be easy, should be smooth.
And I think that connects a lot with understanding each other's values and really making the effort to see the other person's values and making sure you're compensating for that and you're giving them what they want. For example, a non-negotiable for me in a relationship is communication. I think that's a great thing for any relationship, whether that's with a boyfriend and girlfriend or a family member or a friend. Communication is a great key to help resolve anything, almost, or at least get the other person's stance across. And what's something for you?
Yeah, I really think that we are great communicators.
We are
great texters. And regarding communication, expressing your emotions, expressing your feelings, and even your wounds, what hurts in your heart from the past or what still hurts you, because we all have something that can really trigger our traumas from the past, or like some kind of fears, insecurities, and it's important to share that with your partner. Like, hey, I have been cheated on before, so I really like honesty. I cannot take lies. Lies for me, that would be a non-negotiable. Like honesty, for sure. I should be able to trust that person, and it was very easy to do that with you. 2 years ago, it's almost 2 years ago. I remember crying, telling my dad how I'm going to trust someone again. How am I going to be able to trust when someone tells me I love you? And my dad was like, you will find someone. You will trust someone again. And I was like, hell no. Like, it seemed impossible in that time.
He knew I was around the corner.
Yeah, he knew. He knew, like, in Toronto, you will find him in Toronto for sure. But yes, I was pretty hopeless in that season of my life. But now, yeah, it's like I have trust Dani since day one, and the moment he told me I love you, I knew it was real. So a non-negotiable for me is honesty, and it's a non-negotiable for me. I will do the same for the other person. I will also be very honest about everything. Being a texter, which is a great communicator. If someone doesn't like call me or text me regularly, I will be like, hello, did you forget about me? Or something like that.
That's where she got really lucky, because I will send her a text throughout the day, just like, hi, I'm just popping in to say, hope everything is good, hope your day is great, I love you.
No. Yes, when I'm busy, when I cannot reach my phone for hours, when I grab it, I have many messages from Dani saying like, I love you. I hope you are having fun. I hope you are focused. I hope you are reaching your goals, etc. Also regarding communicating, listening, because I'm great at talking.
She is.
You are as well. I'm great at talking, but sometimes it's hard for me to be focused and listen. And I know I have learned that listening carefully to your partner is important, because you can be telling me something that is important and valuable for you, and if I'm not paying attention, then it wouldn't be nice. So as much as he listens to me, I try to listen to him as well.
You do a good job. A great job.
Thank you. Thank you to the audience. Thank you.
Thank you.
And also something that we found in this brainstorming for the episode and the video is being vulnerable.
Yes.
Being vulnerable.
That is huge. Because if you can be, vulnerability is hard, and no one likes to really let themselves be vulnerable, is what, a lot of people, I found, at least, that's where a lot of people stand on that, is like, you really have to have a lot of trust and dedication to a person to be vulnerable with them. Like I said with communication, whether that's a friend, in a relationship, a family, like, it's not easy to be vulnerable. But once you feel that with someone you can be vulnerable, that you can show wounds, that you can show things that are super personal to you and that you wouldn't say to anyone else, suddenly it's like taking off a mask. It's like being able to be your true self to the other person, as I feel I can be with you.
Aww.
I can definitely feel that way with her, and I know she feels that way with me.
I definitely agree. Not long ago, we had a moment when I was truly vulnerable. I won't say with what, for sure, but let's just say that it's something that only Dani knows. And it was very hard for me to share. Even that I'm an open book, it was very hard for me to share. But as I trust him and he is my partner of life, I was like, okay. Even that it was hard, I opened up about that topic, and now, like, he knows everything, There is no mask at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm completely naked, not physically. It's naked. It's naked in in the sense of vulnerability. If you don't know a lot about this, you can check Brené Brown. There's a TED Talk that is very famous. There's also books that I think the name is Daring Greatly. I just read it not long ago. It's a really great book. Being vulnerable is very important, and it will help you to enhance not only your relationship, your romantic relationship, but also your friendships, your relationship with your family, your relationship with yourself as well. So yes, those are kind of the green flags that we have seen. And also something that is really great, we haven't had any fights. I'm a Latina, so I'm made of fire, and yes, I have a very like cheerful personality, but when I get angry or when I'm like, I can be like sassy. I can be with a high energy regarding what I find just for me. So yes, I have a high personality, and we haven't fight. We haven't fought.
No. I mean, nobody's perfect. Yes. Obviously, it's not like I would say 99% of the time it's rainbows and sunshine. That's for sure. But that doesn't mean that things don't come up. But the beauty in that is we don't just sweep it under the rug. We don't just let it sit inside and then get into a worse place. It's something where, like, if I see that I did something or said something and she doesn't, she's like not in agreement with it, and I can see that there's, a serious mood shift or something going on. And the same vice versa, the same with me. If she's done something and I'm just like, like it's acknowledging it and not just being like, are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Okay, cool. Let's move on. It's like, no, and she's mentioned it to me before, but if that ever happens, I notice it, and I always say, like, there's a weird energy here. Do you feel that? And she'll say, yeah, I feel a weird energy. And then we discuss what's weird, what happened, and then we we get to the best resolution. Even sometimes we've had a couple moments where it's like, where do we go from here? I don't know where we go from here. It's like, well, we have to go somewhere. And then we just dig a little deeper.
Because that's me, right? So my emotions go high, and I'm like, the fire is there. Even that he didn't do anything that I got angry about, but sometimes there will be differences. And he's more like, tell me, what are you feeling? Tell me, what are you thinking? And I'm like, no, let's talk later,
I don't let her go.
Yes, it's not like he's pushing me, like, talk about it, but he softens me. I think that's what he does. I remember the last difference that we had, I said, there is no way I can be chilling this call. Like, give me a couple of hours. I will, like, we can talk later. And I said that, and at the end of the call, I was like, I was mistaken. Yeah, at the end of the call, we were like, I love you so much, and, super cute and romantic as always. But that's what he does. I don't know how, but he knows how to enter my feelings, and he takes me from the emotional state to the rational state. And that's how we don't have fights, because he can really level up my personality and his personality. And also something that I have learned that I always did in my past relationships. What is wrong? Is something wrong? No, everything is okay. Or is something wrong? No, nothing. That was me before. But that is a failure, guys. If you didn't like something, it was that, even that it was minor, don't think that it will be dramatic or exaggerated. If you are in a good place, if you are in a good relationship, that talking about that will things will get things better. Now, if even if it's like a minor little detail and Dani asks me about it, I'm like, yes, this and that. And after you master that, even if he doesn't ask you or that person doesn't ask you, you'll be like, by the way, I think this about that. And the person will be like, oh, great, thank you for letting me know. So addressing the concerns, matters, or whatever worries you might have in the moment is priceless. That avoids fights. And I'm not sure if we will have a fight someday. It's not like we are the perfect couple, but I'm pretty sure it will be from a good place. Because we have all the tools to be able to say, like, let's not fight, let's talk about it, and that's it.
Right, yeah. Communication, awareness, understanding, empathy.
Empathy.
I was waiting for her to say empathy.
Empathy. Yes.
Hashtag empathy.
Yes. Putting yourself in other shoes is very important. Knowing that if you do something to your couple that could hurt that person, that is very important.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I would like to ask you something. How does it feel to be in a good relationship, and how do you think it should be for others?
That's an easy question. Well, for me, I mean, I think about the things that I've always wanted to have positively in a relationship that I have now. It's the communication, it's the understanding, it's the empathy for sure, like all those three. Being seen, reciprocity, just not feeling like it's a one-sided relationship or one person is giving and the other person's doing nothing. Like having a good balance with everything, with wants, needs, desires, interests. Like sometimes she'll have things that she tells me, oh, I want to do this tomorrow and I'm going to have a busy schedule. And I'm like, okay, don't worry. I'll do my own thing on the side. You need to wake up early. I'll make sure you're up early. Like if you're going to be committed, you're committing. And that doesn't mean doing something at 50%. And if you can only do it at 50%, you say, I want to do this, but I can only give you this much of it. So it's just being on the same side of things, having a balance. And then with a healthy relationship outside of ours, I think it's just about establishing, and you said this a lot when we talked about relationships, but like your intent, what you're looking for out of it, what you want out of it, what your goals are, long-term, short-term, what kind of person are you. I'm a big advocate of the love languages now. Thank you. I'm a big advocate of the love languages now because it really, like, knowing my own and knowing hers and being able to fulfill those languages, it makes a huge difference. So I think it's just about knowing yourself, knowing what you want, and not just like going out and meeting people expecting a long-term relationship and then someone just wants like a quick fling or something like 2 dates and then I'm done. I just wanted to go out with someone.
That.
Exactly. And like on our first date, she, even though we met on a dating app and we both had like the long-term option selected, like she still asked me, are you looking for long-term or what are you looking for? I was looking for long-term and I still was. And here we are.
By the way, thank you, Hinge, our big sponsor.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The best relationships come out of Hinge. That's a great answer. Thank you so much. I will say that for me, how a healthy relationship will look like, first of all, it should have trust. You should be able to trust the person to go to bed knowing that your partner will be loyal to you and will be there for you in the good and bad days. Celebrate being with someone who can celebrate with you in the good days and you can cry in that person's shoulders in the bad days. Also, you need to be able to be your true self with that person. For example, I have found that most of my ex-partners, they really like Fabi in the happy state. Like, I can do anything, wow, wow, wow. Like, Fabi is the one who can accomplish it all. But it's hard to love the sad Fabi. And also, it adds a lot of pressure in your shoulders to know that that person can only see you. Oh,
I'm rubbing her back.
Yes. For the listeners, he's like looking at me with this cute face. That person should see you as the full picture, and it added to me in the past pressure, knowing like, okay, I can only be happy with this person, so I need to cheer up, I need to leave my sadness aside or my worries aside, because with this person I can only be happy Fabi. But not with my Dani. With my Dani, I have had very sad days, because I have been in a rough process this year. And I remember clearly this day when I couldn't move, I couldn't do anything. Even the easy things in life, like walking, eating, etc. I was only laying down in bed, and he was there with me, even that he was not in a bad state like me. He was there with me. I even have a picture that I could share with you, of, you can see how I'm under a sad cloud and he's there with me, not talking, he's just there being my companion, and I can really be my true self with him. I can be the powerful and empowered Fabi, but I can also be the vulnerable Fabi who is crying and doesn't have makeup. I can be all the spectrum of my personality. And also, it's very valuable for me to be with someone that I can grow together, that I can grow with. I have a particular routine in the morning. It's my spiritual routine. I do meditation, I say my affirmations, I do some yoga or exercising, and being able to have a supporter with you, because you can always say like, oh, don't do it today, let's be in bed for long time, and you can do that tomorrow or later. But he encouraged me to do my best self, and you should also try to be with someone like that, or to find someone like that. And also, something that I want to share about our relationship is that even also, like, our love feels easy because it's easy, and life feels easy as well, right? It's like, imagine you are on a street and you see a lot of green lights, sorry. It feels like that. We encounter people who tells us how cute we are. It can be an old lady in the grocery store. It can be
a man on the bus.
A man in the bus saying like, get a room.
We're giving real life examples, by the way, that we've experienced. An old lady in a grocery store telling us that we look very in love and very cute. A man on the bus who saw us kissing and told us to get a room. We kind of jokingly were like, yeah, we'd like to get one. He said, nah, I'm just kidding, keep doing you. I love it. You guys look adorable.
Yes, and also people look at us like, some people look at us with a sad face because maybe they want something like this, or maybe they had something as we have right now and not anymore. Maybe that person is already gone, or maybe they are just yearning to have something as cute as what we have.
Mm-hmm.
And some people smile looking at us because maybe they have that, and they are like, yes, you identify what is good when you know what good is, and it's easy to identify what something is far from being good. Green flags and red flags. Also, people take pictures of us wherever we are.
Oh yeah, yeah. We get a lot of those moments somehow, like being at High Park in Toronto and looking at the cherry blossoms. And we were just standing under one of the trees, just being, cute and romantic and all that. And then suddenly these group of photographers came up to us and they were like, "Oh yeah, this is so cute. Keep going. We're going to take your picture." And we were like, "Okay, you don't have to tell us to do that. We're already doing it."
Yes, it feels like everything works out when we are together, right? It's like the universe see how much we love each other, and it's always providing very cute stuff.
Yeah, every time.
Like fun plans when we don't know about what to do. Life is like, oh, here you have free tickets, or you have this, or you have a promotion, or I don't know. It's like the universe help us all the time. And speaking about the universe, I told Dani in a very early stage that I'm really connected with angels, and I love seeing angel numbers and this and that. When I am not with my phone, when I cannot be on the lookout of the angel numbers, he is sending me screenshots of angel numbers. And also something very important that I want to say now that we are in the spirituality world and faith world, I want to say that being with Dani I feel closer to God since I'm with him, because he is an angel on earth for me. He hasn't only been like a fun person to be around or someone that I can have love with, but also he is my true rock. He is my biggest supporter, and life feels like a paradise with him in my life. And yes, that's what I want to say. Speaking about the spiritual world, if you are someone religious or someone who believes in the invisible like me, that person should also take you closer to what you believe in. And even that he is not religious, I'm not religious as well. Well, we have different religions. But
I'm still less religious than you.
But that is another topic,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We are not religious. We are spiritual people.
Yeah.
So that person should also take you closer to your big beliefs. For me, it's the universe, it's the angels, and Dani also supports that. Yeah. And if he didn't, it would be very hard to maintain a love like this. But thank you for not being like that.
My pleasure. You definitely do the same for me. I feel like it's one of those things where how you said, with spirituality, and I'm very much connected to like the universe, and it's putting you in a position to do something or achieve something. And I definitely think that when we're together, the universe is like, you two are together? Get this, get that. You deserve this. This is for you.
Yeah.
Because it just all works out.
Everything works out perfectly. And I would like to end the extras that we have with the fact that babies also babies and dogs, babies are always smiling at us, and the dogs come to us, and dogs like woof woof, not dogs in the water. I feel like we are in this constant love energy that we also attract love from strangers. That's why strangers tell us like, guys, you look so cute, or strangers take pictures of us, or strangers help us. We attract what we are, and we are love. We are in this beautiful relationship based in love and for love, and that's what we attract. And yes, now we will finish this episode with a game. We will say actions or situations, and we will decide whether it's a green flag or a red flag. Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I will say one, and then you will say one, okay?
Okay.
Ghosting.
That's a red flag.
Of course it's a red flag. If someone is ghosting you, unless that person told you, like, hey, I don't text that much, I will disappear for days. Then maybe it's not ghosting because he communicated before. But still, ghosting is a red flag, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what about this one? Since you kind of mentioned it there, communication.
Ah, that sounds like, yes, a green flag.
Ding, ding, ding.
Okay, what about gaslighting?
That's a huge red flag.
Right?
No, thank you.
It's very common nowadays, by the way. You need to be on the lookout to see if that person is not gaslighting you, and if that person is doing it, thank you next, There are so many fishes in the sea. You don't need to be in a crappy relationship with a crappy person if you are a great person. You deserve way much better, my dear. What else? Is it my turn?
No, you just had a turn. You said
okay,
gaslighting.
Yeah.
What about having empathy and vulnerability?
That sounds really great.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay, now my turn. What if you know that your action, words, or situation, whatever you will do, will potentially hurt your couple, but you will still do it?
That sounds like
red
big
flag.
Red flag.
Yes.
Well, what about being considerate, understanding, and supportive of your significant other?
That sounds lovely.
That sounds like a green flag right there.
Okay, I think that's the end of our podcast, of our video together. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to share more green flags, more red flags, or if you want to comment, please do, because we are open to feedback. We are open to just share crazy things about this love market that we are living in right now. And we are here to support you. If you don't believe in love anymore, reach out to us, because we will be your biggest supporter.
We'll get you believing again.
Yes, exactly. You can follow our social media to see how cute we are in there. We are always uploading new amazing content together, and believe in God. Yes, also.
Do that, but also believe in love.
Yes, thank you.
Believe in the universe. Believe in the powers that be.
Yes. Believe in love, because it's real. And we all are capable of loving and receiving love. You just have to be open to it, and it will come.
What she said.
Thank you, Dani.
Believe it, and it will come.
Yes.
The proof is available. There is love.
And we love you guys. Thank you for the ones who watched this. Thank you for the ones who listened to our first episode together. And we hope to hear from you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.